Welcome to Top Trading Guys. Today is Sunday night, 13th April. Let's take a look at the market conditions, see what market looks like. All right. So what I noticed, couple of things, folks. Okay, and it's very important. Everybody's interested that what do you think, Josh? The market gonna go and bounce from here and go to the moon, or you think it is a more lower low wants to go? All right. So we're gonna find out and take a look at it. All right. So this is the daily chart right here. There's a couple of things. If you notice this blue line, which is 50 line, and this pink line is 100 SMA, right? So the blue line 50 line crossed to 100. Now that is little bearish cycle. That's why we had these bounce and then we pull back, and that's what we said the market could go to 480, and we did test around that area. All right, now if you notice here, this 50 SMA looking horrible bearish, and we are testing at the 200 SMA. All right, that is not good, folks. Okay, that's the death cross, which we discussed about a couple of weeks ago also, that could happen. Got to be watchful. Right now did not cross yet, but if you take a look at the conditions, are horrible bearish. All right, so there are a couple of things we need to look into this area, folks. Okay, and what are those? So this is daily right here. You can see there is no bearish there is no bullish diversion. Remember that, folks. But there is a tons of volatility. Market has it. If you look at this kind of candle, big candle, you never see in history like this candle, right? And we have this time. So that is outrageous, folks. So there is tons of volatility, and as we all know, the president, whenever he used the mic, market goes up and down, swings, right? And it happens, folks, and people benefit. The people who have money power, they benefit. People like us, small people, they suffer. But it's okay. You just need to learn how to use them. Anyway, you can control that. So bottom line is, folks, all these right here, a lot of bulls were here. If you take a look at the smaller time frame, bulls were here, then the bears, and then in the middle, and burn out all the bulls and all the bear. That's what market is. But market got a bearish conditions continuation, right? Continuation bearish. So how do you know, Josh, the market is bearish? So if you take a look at it, what did I say, folks? Tops are falling right here. So if you take a look at this top right here, then this top, try to bounce, rejection, right? Now we need to wait here. So what do I see here, folks? Look, we are overextended from the trend line, correct? You see this, we are overextended from the trend line. So trend line, did market break the trend line? No. So if the market has not broken the sloping resistance, then how can I be a bullish? This is where these cannot lie, folks. Okay, these cannot. So you have a lot more room to be bullish, and that is the reason market did test here and pull back, and now market want to churn between this range. All right, so it could be a bullish for a week, and it could be bearish for next week. It can happen, anything could happen. So until these linear lines or trend line breaks, linear line breaks upward, these are the areas. So what happens, folks? Here, look at this area, 550, sorry, this is right here. You got to watch this area. Whenever you see market move out of 550, right, then you can think of the bullishness, because market did not break the trend line. Trend is your friend, not the headline. Headline, we don't trade by the headline, folks. Then you do, unless you are trading smaller cycle. These are big cycle. One candle represent one day of the work, right? That is the reason you got to keep those things in mind, folks. Okay, so 550, so bigger cycle. So Josh, what do you think? Market could go lower, low? Anything can be possible, because I don't see any diversion here. I see conditions are bearish. I see a trend line is bearish. I see linear line is still intact. Everything is intact. But hey, look at this big green candle, folks. Then you need to go and take a look at the smaller time frame, right? Over here, look at that, bears are in control. Everything is so 70% looking bearish, but longer term frame, longer. Why? Because, folks, you never know. Right now there is a lot of big games are going on. What is big game, Josh? Explain me. Right, big games are, folks, you and me, we care about these candles. No, folks, right now there's a battle going on between China and US, folks. Okay, and who wins that battle? Okay, that is the things. And everybody look at the headlines, right? China gonna blame that you need a mistakes, you need to reverse your mistake, telling Trump. And Trump, when you tell Trump that, hey, you're doing mistake, what do you think he's gonna like it? No, he said, no, he didn't do any mistake. That's what he will say. Okay, so this war gonna continue, and that is the reason Trump said, I'm gonna wait for 90 days. When he said, I'm gonna wait for 90 days, right? That reciprocal tariff continue, we could be in a market could be in a trouble. That is the reason a lot of asset manager doesn't want to take a bigger risk, folks. Okay, and that is the reason lots of volatility, right, in the market has it. So nobody knows. Even Jerome Powell doesn't know he said that. Correct. So let them finish the game, folks. So I'm expecting somewhere until June time this will be playing games around. Yeah, so we have now earning season coming, folks. Okay, so earning market gonna swing back and forth because you got to watch these SMAs. Okay, apply your technical fundamental class when I teach with that. Okay, and then see how market moves. Okay, then we're gonna go a little smaller time frame. Before I go to little smaller time frame, those who are new joining to this community, folks, there are a couple of announcements I have before I go to smaller time frame. All right, so those who wants to join, you can pause this video and you can scan this code and you can join the free of charge. This is the WhatsApp community. We have 1,000 people there. So if you want to join, you can join this. And we have Easter holiday coming, folks. Okay, so people are asking, Josh, discount, right? Holidays time. So I'm gonna give you this discount which we did in right here on a Black Friday deal, right? So what I'm gonna do is right here, folks, you can take a screenshot and keep it right here is how to make a payment. So this Easter special discount, those only for education. Okay, this discount would be applied to only classes, folks, and no alert room. Okay, alert room, no discounts. So right here, and you cannot combine the discount. You cannot combine the package deal, and you cannot combine these, right? You got to just you can pick whichever the class you like from here one by one, right? No package. This is package. The no package has already discount. So if you're taking the package deal, then it has already built-in discount. 3499 has a discount. That package, right? Then SPX also has a discount. But alert room is not part of the thing. I want people to take more education classes, not alert room, folks. Alert room is without education, alert room is no good. But we have a 70% people in the group in the alert room. Say, Josh, I want to join alert room. Okay, I can't deny that. That's fine. People are there. People are enjoying without classes. That's fine. And some people suffer also. I have no, you know what I mean? Like, you can decide whatever you want it. Anyway, so this discount good until Friday, folks. Okay, right here, Easter special discount. So if you want to sign up right here, so for example, if you spend $5,000, for example, you get $1,250. So what you pay is $3,800 and $3,750 for whatever you picking up the class. So what do? You go and pick up the class, and then whatever the total comes out, that's the total right here, and minus this, that is your discount. So if your total comes out 4,000, you minus 1,000, you got to pay 3,000, whichever class you pick, right? So you know what to do, right? So I'll post it in the main right here. These are take a screenshot of all the classes are here, right? Take a screenshot right here and then use it whichever class you like it. And this deal is until Good Friday for, okay, Friday is Good Friday, so until then you can use that. Okay, all right, that's too much. All right, now let's go back to the smaller time frame, what market is doing right now. All right, so let's go and take a look at the 4-hour charts. Look at that, folks, where we are right now. We are at the solid cluster area, folks, right here. 4-hour chart right now. All right, so 4-hour chart market did create a divergence here and bounce, right? And over here, okay, over here little bounce came in right here to here. Look at that, MACD bullish, volume bullish, conditions a little bearish. All right, so we're gonna go a little smaller time frame, 1-hour chart. All right, 1-hour chart, bottom is rising right here, you can see, but that is a smaller time frame, right? Bottom rising. Okay, but still tops were falling. If you look at it, did we take the previous high? No, we did not take the previous high right here. Even this high we didn't take that. Okay, and that is the reason, folks, you gotta be, we are not out of the wood yet. Okay, even though look like the bottom is rising, but that's the 1-hour chart. It's not daily chart. It's not a daily chart yet. Okay, all right, so keep that thing in mind. So only 1-hour chart, it looked like a bullish, but there are a lot of things are cooking out here. So, okay, 1-hour chart is all right. Let me look into 30-minute chart. All right, so still sloping support is intact. The bottom is rising a little bit, right? Bottom is rising, but your resistance area is right there, and we discussed around 550 right here, 550. That's continuation right there, folks. There is a lot of cycle you're gonna see in this market. Okay, you look at this and look at the volumes everywhere, right? There might be some order sitting everywhere. So be careful. Okay, once we flip this 550, that's gonna be a fun if that happens. But if the rejection, folks, then shorting market will be little difficult, folks. Okay, shorting market, because you have so many value around. Okay, that's why. So be careful. Okay, but yeah, but if you try to trade by the news, be careful. That's what I would say. Be careful if you try to trade by the news. Okay, so look at that now. So keep this area in mind. 550, that's your resistance area, right? The support area is 480 right here, right? But before that, this is the big support, right? All the way to the bottom here. But meantime, right now we are not looking at the big cycle. We want to look at the smaller cycle. So smaller cycle, folks, let's go and look into smaller time frame. Okay, this is 30-minute charts, market trying to bounce. So what you do is, folks, tomorrow, just keep it in mind that this area right here, that's your support, right? Previous day support is right here, this area. Actually, that would be less likely because smart monies are sitting around here. All right, so there's another level also you got to keep it in mind. 522, folks. Okay, if the market bullish, bounce here 522, then so these are the levels, folks. You got to keep it in mind for tomorrow, for the bull side and the bear side. These are the bear side levels, right? If the market try to break the 523 area right here, then then it's great to short, to go around 509. Okay, and then over here another support 509. If they want to go lower, we could go that. Currently, the way the market moves, folks, it moves bigger, right? It quite a bit market moves. So you never know, you know. So, but these are the levels to keep it in mind. Let the market maker go first because of brand new week starting, folks. And you also know volatility market got a crazy premium, folks. Okay, so getting into the trade in the morning, looking at the direction, you could be disaster, folks, because of the premium burning game, right? So be careful, folks. Okay, be careful. Right, so these are the area to watch for the long side. Long side is right here. Is a huge room here to go because there's a gap there to fill right here. So if market bullish, then they could go higher, 540. Okay, sloping. So smaller time frame, 30 minutes. The bottom is rising, so look like a bullish right here. As long as this trend line is intact, folks, you continue the trend. Okay, when you see this trend line is getting violated, then you should have the question in your mind that, hey, that happening, then watch. Okay, keep that thing in mind, then change your direction, right? Accordingly, whatever the market does it, you guys just follow what market does it and go accordingly. Alrighty, so that's that. As long as the trend line continue, you market could go higher. The moment trend line get violated, then probably watch for that 522 area. All right, over here MACD is, so if you look at it here, continue bulls are conditions are there, bullish, right? But doesn't have the strength, man. Does not, I don't see like a solid power, but still oscillator 0, oscillator above, bullish, so it still has a tons of room if they want to go higher. Okay, so let's see whatever market does, it looks bullish as long as the trend line is bullish. Okay, so now you understand the buyers are lining up but doesn't have the solid power, but yes, doesn't have a solid strength, but yes, they are trying to line up. But you have a major resistance, which is 550. All right, so again, this now the earnings season start, folks, so market gonna move around a little bit, create a lot of volatility in the market, right? That's what is gonna happen. You know, a lot of people think I'm gonna go and print money, right? It's a Monday. Be careful, folks. Okay, Mondays are very dangerous. You know, you'll be paying a lot of premium because of the VIX is high. All right, so that's what I see. Now, in order to take a look at the more sector, so see, let's see what market makers are doing now lately. So let's look at the last week what they did. So if you take a look at technology sector is right now up for last 5 days. They are pulling money out of real estate and putting money into financials, technology. Yeah, pretty much everywhere. What did they do on a Friday? Friday, if you take a look at it, money going into materials, technology. Yeah, pretty much every sector is like kind of buying back. 1 month highest money was out of the energy, but remember technology bounced, that is the reason, otherwise technology was super down too. Okay, but that's 1 month. So if you take a look at 5 days, now technology they are started buying in last 5 days. Okay, so that's probably one of the case of folks. Keep eyes on technology sector. They could be a bullish on it. All right, and that's what it looks like here, because that's where the money, going into, probably all the money going into. All right, so now let's take a look at the other stocks, see how they are performing. So for example, we're gonna look at a few stocks here, such as Apple, right? So if you can see here, Apple has a death cross, folks. Okay, 50 SMA cross on 100. When was the last time Apple crossed? Right here, when we had a cross in 2024, and then we came down and then pulled back and went up again for AI news or something. Same thing here. Apple has a solid support around $180. Right, this area one between 180 170 range, it has a solid support. So folks, if Apple pop, man, tons of money I can see right here. Apple could print you money. Apple could print you money, folks. Okay, this is an empty pocket. We can probably flip. If this flips, Apple could go to 196 to 220. All right, so keep eyes on, if the market first, not your Apple. If the market look bullish tomorrow, man, Apple could go. But again, remember, folks, Apple is not expiring. Options are not expiring Monday. Option expiring on Friday, right? So keep that. Thursday, Friday is a holiday, folks. Okay, so look at that. This is nice, and if it is flips, this is beautiful looking, right? But I'm not expecting beyond 220, folks. Okay, right now, no, because remember, we are not out of the wood yet. This is just your supply area, 220 on Apple. So Apple trying to bounce right here, little bit bouncing. Right, that's Apple. Now let's go and take a look at it. Microsoft. So what Microsoft look like? Daily chart. Microsoft has a bullish divergence on a daily, folks. Did you see that? 405 area is your resistance. Microsoft wants to bounce, but conditions are horrible on daily chart. Okay, conditions are horrible, so I'm only expecting one bounce, not more than that. And then we need to see what could happen after that if any game goes through. Right, look at the MACD cross, volume lining up. Yep, they want to go higher. So look, folks. Microsoft looking bullish, Apple looking bullish. Right, all trying to be smaller cycle bullish. All right, then let's take a look at the Tesla. All right, so Tesla looking conditions are horrible, bearish, and we discussed last video also, folks, that Tesla doesn't want to go anywhere between 290 and 220. It just want to ping pong. Tesla has a solid bearish condition, folks. Okay, be careful on a long side on Tesla. Be careful. There is something. I know it's a strong support around here, folks, right? But the technical shows me that, yeah, I mean you could have a little bounce, but man, the condition is not looking great. Okay, so right now looking bullish, squeeze continue bullish, volumes are little bullish, but doesn't have the strength. Market Tesla try to bounce, doesn't have the strength. That's what I see. So if you want to be, if I want to go on Tesla, I would go after 295. It's far better to pay a little more money than earlier. So watch out. That's what I would say. Watch out on Tesla. Still want to play ping pong between here, and conditions are bearish. Means it could bounce. I'm not saying it cannot bounce tomorrow, day after tomorrow. It could bounce between these 290 and 220. Okay. But it's not like Microsoft. Microsoft looking bullish. Tesla doesn't look bullish to me. Tesla looks sideways bullish. Okay, but it's a bigger time frame bearish. All right, let's focus on here right now. Another one, Nvidia. Everybody wanted to look at the Nvidia. Josh, what do you think Nvidia? So look at the Nvidia looking like a nice and bullish diversion on it. Right, this is your point A to point B, and look at that. MACD trying to cross, bullish, right? MACD crossing here. Okay, so that is your bullish. Now how far it could bounce? The target we already posted, folks, last week, that Nvidia could go to 127 area right here. Then you got to be careful, because that is where the cluster, that's where the orders are, and you got to be careful. See what happens. Okay, so 127 is the next bullish target on Nvidia would be. After that, we need to gauge because conditions are horrible bearish, and right now market is in a little bull cycle because there might be some bear here, so they might get a guacamole and lose their premium if they shorted. Anyway, so a lot of people hedge their portfolio because a lot of people have Nvidia shares in their account, folks. Big asset managers, what they do is they short. They buy options, fraction of it costs fraction, right? And they buy, and if it burns out, burns out. So many hedging asset managers, they do hedge against their portfolio, but that hedge is their loss basically because you're giving theta decay, and if the trade goes against you, you buy a put, right? If you're holding the stocks and they buy a put, what would happen? They are profitable, right? You look at that. Nvidia short, they are profitable. If they bounce, they're gonna burn out, right? That's what happens. So market maker bounce, they burn out the premium, right? Because the Nvidia is bouncing. But their goal is not to make money out of the options, okay? Their goal is not to make money. Some smart people, they just go and play like that, but just to give you an idea, okay? So anyway, so right now Nvidia looking little bounce, bullish, divergent. All right, then Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Meta. Let's take a look at the Meta. So Meta is saying, look at the conditions are bearish, and Meta want to bounce. So you have major resistance area 552 to flip. If that flips, man, Meta can easily print you 581, huh, folks? I love Meta, love Apple, right? Even Microsoft also. They all looking nice setup, folks. Nice setup. You just need a flip. If this flips, maybe tomorrow, maybe day after tomorrow. Okay, because everybody is bullish right now on the market because whatever the news they're following. So if this flips, then you can go to easy 581, folks. Okay, so oh man, they are all looking easy empty pocket and want to go higher. Okay, that's your Meta bullish. Okay, then Amazon trying to bounce here, divergent, bullish, divergent, but Amazon is not that great. Okay, folks, 192 is the resistance, trying to bounce, 192 is the resistance, so it's bearish. Total conditions are bearish, trying to bounce, 192, that's your bounce, right? The bear side is all the way bottom, but that's not bearish right now, right here. All right, between 192 and 161, but this is a bigger cycle. Right now they want to bounce, okay? Right now they want to bounce to 192.80, and that's what it looks like. Okay, then we gonna take a look at it. Bitcoin. So what I noticed, folks, here, couple of things. Okay, keep it in mind right here. Let me show you something. I just want to give you a heads up. I want to show you something, whatever I see, and then it's up to you. All right. So what do you see here? See that death cross right here, and we found the divergence here. We went down to, so remember when last time when I made a video over here and I say, hey folks, that Nvidia Bitcoin wants to go to $72,000 target, right here, $73,000, right? Pretty much we test that area now, right? Now trying to bounce. We had a death cross, and I said that Bitcoin has a death cross, and look at that, and that's why we did that, right? Now trying to bounce, creating a bullish divergence. So where is bullish divergence is? All right, from this point to this point down, and this point to this same point to this point is higher, so trying to climb. All right, conditions are still bearish. All right, so you need to, if you want Bitcoin to be bullish, you want to cross 92,000. Until then, it's just gonna go up, down, up, down. Once we flip this, man, this could be amazing, folks. Okay, then Bitcoin could be good and bullish. Okay, so bullish divergence creating, conditions are horrible. It's gonna play around this area, and then we'll see how far it goes. But right now bullish divergent, and look like want to go bullish. All right, Bitcoin. Then what else, folks? Dixie. All right, so dollar is dumping right now, right? A lot of people talking about dollar is dumping. Interesting right here. Sloping resistance, rejection, and we are at the critical junction right here. So dollar is dangling on a tiny support right there, and I'm expecting the bounce here because every time dollar comes to this area 99, and this bounce, look, bounce. So people who are trading futures on currency, well, this is the best one to trade. Those who are trading currency basically, That could be a good support. Everything looking bearish, but hey, this is bullish hammer candle 2. It could happen, it could change also. Right, just wait for the reversal. I would wait, I would not go long until the reversal happen. Once the reversal happens, you could look here, 50 SMA trying to cross 200. So we might bounce. If you bounce, because that's your demand zone, I'm expecting the bounce look like technically bounce. If that bounce, you could print money. All right, that's nice. Okay, that's a dollar right now on that area. All right, so most important part on SPY, folks, is just need to remember this area, that what market is doing at 50 SMA. This would clear the vision in a few days. By next week we'll get the answer of this 50 SMA and 200 SMA, right? To keep that thing in mind. All right, folks, don't forget to click the like button also, and if you are new to here, folks, you can join the community right here. If you're new to the community, right here, you can scan that code, or that's the number. If you say, Josh, I want to join the community, you can text me a message. And those who wants to take the alert room, folks, that's right there. That's the alert room. All the classes I mentioned, and then take the advantage of the package. So whenever, folks, I give you a discount, that's the time you can go and get the discount, rather than asking in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, middle of the month, because all the rules has to be same for everybody, folks. Okay, so right here, so if you are interested, you can create a package, or you can go and use this discount. All right, let me know. All right, right here is the information. Alrighty, so see you guys tomorrow morning 9:30. Thank you. Bye bye.